words that have ever been spoken to him before in his entire life. Not a surprise, but they just keep reinforcing the fact that Spike is fat, stupid, and next to useless, aside from occasionally accidentally solving problems. Believe me, I would love it if they wrote his character even slightly differently and didn't make him come off so dumb. Really, I do, but they just won't do it. And that's really all there is to it. It just isn't a good series. At all. It barely stands alone on its own aside from its movies, which is probably why it died as quickly as it did. The animation is a slight step down in quality, even from its crappy movie counterparts. Don't bother finding this TV series in any form. It's really not worth it. Not as a Land Before Time fan, and certainly not as an animation fan. Well, howdy. I bet you think that this is some crazy internet review, but let me tell you something, kids. This is a war we're fighting. And the weapons? Impossibly bad movies. Hold on to your butts. We're talking about Nick Fury. Before I talk about the movie, I'll debrief you on the situation. Nick Fury is a comic book character, and for some godforsaken reason, someone decided to make a movie about it. Sure, it sounds like Sunshine and Daisies, but guess what? This movie was made in 1998, and it stars David Hasselhoff. It was doomed from the start. As for the details, well, for that, I need to bring in the big guns. Agent Linkara, report.
Yeah, ma'am.
I need info on Nick Fury. You got my back?
Sure, but why do you have an eye patch?
What eye patch?
Nick Fury was a comic book character created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby in 1963. He was originally written as a hero in a World War II combat series, and later became a super spy due to the war being long since over. He became the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., a fictional spy agency, and basically prevents international espionage from being James Bond.
Wow, you got a lot of knowledge in that noggin. You come up with that from memory?
Yeah, I just found that on Wikipedia. I really don't care that much about Nick Fury.
Oh. Still, thanks, kid.
Yeah, no problem. But, how are you doing a review of Samuel L. Jackson's Nick Fury movie? It hasn't come out yet.
I'm not reviewing the Samuel L. Jackson one, Agent.
You don't mean...
This is the Hasselhoff one.
My God, man! Get out of there while you still can!
Good luck, Agent. I'll see you in the afterlife.
That's... Oh, no. Well...
Let's not pretend I know anything about comics here, but I do know a doozy when I see one. This is one mess of a film, featuring David Hasselhoff trying his best to convince us that he's S.H.I.E.L.D. material. The Hoff plays Nick Fury himself as he battles agents of a terrorist organization called Hydra. The rest of the plot will be revealed on a need-to-know basis, so let's get our hands straight. We open on Trinity Base, located in Who Gives a Crap-istan, the gynecology department, where villain Baron Wolfgang von Strucker has been put on ice. He's an old enemy of Fury, sentenced for his crimes against humanity, including being an offensive stereotype and making criminally delicious soup. Private What Am I Doing in Camouflage, which is a military base, is taking care of Popsicle Pete here when some poor schmuck decides to spout off some exposition to him. One shot, and the next thing you know, the place is swarming with Hydra. But our fallen soldier isn't going down without a fight. That's the difference between being dead and being American. Now it's up to one man to save all our asses, and he's doing what men do, getting all hot and sweaty. Fury is in an abandoned mine shaft in Canada, searching for... You know what? It's none of your business. The movie doesn't have to explain everything to you. Take some initiative, soldiers. Meanwhile, some pansy S.H.I.E.L.D. lackey shows up and interrupts his manly time, prompting an appropriate response. This is Alexander Pierce. He's British. S.H.I.E.L.D. has sent him to collect Fury to lead them on the von Strucker mission. Unfortunately, training in S.H.I.E.L.D. also requires you to respond to everything in manly one-liners.
Well, unfortunately, Pierce, you're going to have to tell S.H.I.E.L.D. to shove it up their collective resources.
It seems was let go 5 years ago due to being too manly for S.H.I.E.L.D. to handle.
Let's take here. The low dryer. Get the hell out of my afternoon sun.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see the old warhorse chewing out the truth. Introducing Agent Fontaine. She'll be your annoying love interest this evening. All it takes is a classy broad and the news that soldier rock and roll ticket, and Fury is back in the game. We can all be thankful that the game doesn't require lengthy special effects.
Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D., the Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division.
Thanks for explaining where we work, champ. We couldn't have done it without you. Once they're inside the elevator, the scanner doesn't recognize our boy due to him recently being a Cyclops. Boy, did this movie like to remind us of that. Oh, and I'm glad the helpful overhead speaker let them know about their secret espionage headquarters before they got their security clearance. Top-notch security. I'd expect no less from a comic book spy headquarters. Here we meet Agent Kate Neville, a psychic who also specializes in the power of being horribly underutilized. We're also introduced to Director General Jack Pinter, who specializes in being this film's butt monkey.
Oh, we meet again, Johnny. Oh, not surprised, Spencer. Guys like you tend to cling to the ball no matter how many times you're flush.
Oh, snap. Pinter doesn't like Fury being a vigilante, which also means that he doesn't like America. And smoking. Next on our tour of the border, we're shown Nick Fury's robot lookalike. If you can see how this will be used right about now, congratulations. You have brain matter. The robot specializes in being creepy as fuck. Fury has shown footage of Andrea von Strucker, Wolfgang's daughter, one hell of an impressive overactor. I mean, I can practically taste the cheese. We discover that she's the one leading Hydra when they stole Senior von Strucker's body. She also has a useless brother, but who gives a big behind? It's 20 minutes into this turkey, and Fury's only shot an elevator. My hopes aren't high. Turns out that Wolfgang was carrying the Death's Head virus, invented by the Nazis as a doomsday weapon, but lost when he died. Hydra plans to reproduce the virus by finding Dr. Armin Zola. So Fury and his associates make up their mind to find him first. Meanwhile, at the comically overdone Nazi headquarters, Hydra is installing various multicolored lights for no particular reason. Andrea and blonde Gary Oldman are talking to their father, both trying to find an even more ridiculous tailor. They set up a meeting with von Strucker's old buddies, each one more cartoonish than the last. Hey, Dan? Ha! Must have been the ceremonial talk-to-your-dead father robe. I think of evidence of what was once the world's greatest terrorist organization. We don't have any further word on what accent this actress was going for. The case was closed when they discovered her previous credits included Mortal Kombat Annihilation, Beastmaster 3, and Encino Man. Tiger was being possessed of the most dangerous weapon ever created. A how-to guide on gesturing wildly? If there's anything we know, this woman knew how to milk every gesture for what it's worth. Then let this moment be a call to arms for each. Then every one of you. Yes, use your pinky, Andrea. You must act with every bone in your body. You might think that Andrea is crazy for doing this, but somebody has to pay for those custom-made screensavers and ridiculous outfits. Anyway, she plans on blowing up Manhattan because why not? I've never seen someone so happy to go to commercial break. Fury's on his way to find that doctor, and I can think of no safer place from the Nazis than the capital of Germany. Fury and annoying Fontaine are in Berlin, waiting for some Interpol documents to be there so I can check the doctor's mind. I guess this means they should take a trip down memory lane because, sure, the audience cares about their personal life.
Good times.
You had some good times here. You could.
Whoa!
I felt like a complete outsider. Good job, Fury. The Interpol chick. She takes out one of Von Strucker's tall shades. Inspector Gale from relating to something.
Beauty is truth, and truth is beauty. I saw ye on this earth knowing all you need to know.
Is that part of the recognition skills?
No, I just felt like saying it.
The three of them run away from the first action scene in half an hour to go to their safe house and meet the doctor, where I'm sure nothing will go wrong. There's some joke in there about being a trap or something. Yeah, he seems like a friendly, non-Nazi kind of guy. You refuse to tell him.
I love you, Elizabeth.
Hydra, which leads to psychic reading his mind. Huh, he seemed like such a nice guy. The Interpol contact gets Fury alone, telling him that there's a Hydra member inside the safe house. I'm not sure who it could be. Maybe the one chick they don't know?
Said the safe house is compromised. Who's the spy?